Disney News Review time, taking a look at some of the biggest stories from the Walt Disney Company over the course of the last week. Starting at Disneyland first, we are going to discuss how Genie Plus prices are going up ahead of the big Christmas crowds at Disneyland Resort. The OC Register reports that Disneyland has quietly raised prices 50% on the Genie Plus front of line skipping service since October, with even higher fee hikes possible during the busy Christmas season that traditionally brings bigger crowds and longer wait times for rides. The Christmas holiday season, traditionally the busiest time of the year at the parks, could bring more Genie Plus price spikes. Disneylanders will be watching to see if Genie Plus prices climb to $35 or higher during the holidays as a sign of things to come in 2023. Disneyland has not set a ceiling on Genie Plus prices, with a lot of room in the marketplace to push prices even higher. And Katrina, the Disney Genie Plus service offers paid front-of-the-line access to 20 rides at Disneyland and California Adventure, replacing the free FastPass service that was so popular. At what price point per person is the service worth during the busiest two-week holiday period of the year? I think some people might be in the camp of saying, whatever it costs, just get me in front of these insane crowds. And I think you might have some other folks that are like, why are you price gouging me during the busiest time of the year?
I mean, I think you're right about like people one, because obviously people who come during like the 2 weeks of Christmas already know it's going to be busy. They already are spending a lot of money for the tickets because those tickets are very expensive.
Sure.
And so then now they're kind of sucked into that thought process of like, I want to get ahead of the lines. I want to have a good time. I want to do, A, B, C, and D. So I want to make my kids happy. So I will be paying these prices. Will they have buyer's remorse later? Yes.
Sure.
I think later in the day, possibly, if they don't know how to accurately do the Genie Plus throughout the day and they don't have their times and trying to grab it at the times they need to make sure they get as many rides as possible, they may regret it. But then, I mean, honestly, $30 a person is so expensive. And there are those people during the holidays where they spent, a whole bunch of money to get in those daily tickets, on top of if they want to spend, all that money to do the hotel or to be on the Disney Resort and also be paying a lot of money for all the food and stuff. There may be a point where they're kind of like, all right, I'm tapped. I can't do this. But and then on top of that, with the Genie Plus, there are the other lightning lane prices that they have to account for too. It's not just a basic $30 to do the 20 rides. You have the other upcharges too. So, for Rise of the Resistance and for, Cars, I think those are the only two now that they charge extra for. And even those aren't even, those are based off of demand prices now too. So you have to do $20 a person for that too. So you're paying $50 a person for 21 rides, and that's pricey.
Yep.
So, but I think those people are going to be paying it. That's why Disney's doing it, because they can. And that's kind of disappointing.
It's that time of year.
That's why there are fights that break out at Disney. I don't know about Disneyland, but Disney World mainly. But there's Disneyland, there's fights here and there. But Disney World's the most stressful place to be during Christmas. But yeah, woo. So good luck.
Yeah, mounds and mounds of people. And Tyler, Genie Plus prices that were fixed at $20 per day when the service launched in December 2021 now start at $25 a day and vary by date. So they have that flex pricing now, obviously, and that can be troublesome to try and plan for, certainly in any regard. Disneyland has hiked Genie Plus prices 13 times to $30 since introducing the date-based pricing, according to Thrill Data. 5 of the price hikes fell on weekends, and Genie Plus also hit the $30 mark during Thanksgiving week from November 19th to the 26th. So how do you imagine Disney will go about this experience moving forward, just in terms of Christmas week? You think they're gonna hit a new ceiling? You think that this is gonna be the new normal and maybe we'll see $40 by next year?
I mean, I could see it being even higher than $40 per person,
really?
To be honest with you.
Ouch.
I mean, not this year, but I think in the next couple years, sure, 100%.
I mean, opens.
Yeah, well, when Toontown opens and just when, now that we're getting more back to normal and they see that the demand is there, they're going to just keep on doing it. And I've pointed this out a lot in the past, but I think it bears mentioning that we're just not used to Disney charging for front of line privileges, because if you think about it, Universal Studios has been doing this for years. Knott's Berry Farm, Cedar Fair has been doing this for years. Like, even Six Flags has their own thing too, where they charge money to get in the fast lane, this the FastPass area, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm shocked that it took Disney so long to start charging money for these sorts of things, and now we're here. And if you think about it, Universal Studios Orlando, for example, if you go there, you're going to be definitely paying more than $100 per person for the front of the line passes. And if you don't want to do that, you can like stay at one of their more expensive hotels, and that can save you a little bit of money if you have a bigger family, for example, or something. But I see them going up and up and up. I don't think this sort of thing is going to stop anytime soon, and I think they're just going to see how much they can get away with it, And to be fair, I personally think too, like, the higher the price, probably the better the experience is, because if you have less people that are going to want to pay for it, you're going to have shorter lines for those people that are paying. So, hopefully it doesn't get too high, but I could see it keep going and going and going for sure.
No fun whatsoever. Not excited to hear that. And yeah, definitely, I think you're on the right wavelength with the thought process that perhaps they can try to see what they can get away with first, and then when they get that blowback eventually, because at some point people are going to say no more.
Yeah,
can't do it.
That's the other thing too, is like Universal has been doing flex pricing on their front of line passes for years and years and years. So this is not like
they're not Disney though. We have to rage.
Exactly. That's kind of what it is. It's like, oh, but I thought it was magic, and it's like, okay, and sure, but it's profit too, everybody. So they have a lot of people. They're a publicly traded company, and they have a lot of people they need to keep happy. So
bringing in the Christmas cheer, this one.
Yeah. Always here for it,
bitches.
Goodness.
Hello.
Here comes the tinsel.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, this
bad.
guy. Oh. Cheers
now
to
I feel
that.
bad. I'm sorry, everybody. I hope your grandchildren weren't listening.
Yeah, well, they're gone now, aren't they?
Way to go.
Yeah,
We just lost viewers.
Thank you for that. Well, it's definitely something to keep in mind if you are heading to the Disneyland Resort during the big holiday season, the busiest time of the year. That flex pricing is definitely going to play into your plans, no doubt. And so you should plot and prepare for such a thing. In addition to that, also skyrocketing ticket prices, where they often tap out at the top of the ceiling level for all of the tickets to get into the theme parks too during the next 2-week time period. So if you are going to a theme park at Disney during the next 2 weeks, good luck to you. It is the busiest time of year.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.